Hello everyone, I thought I would do a bit of streaming of the AstroTrucks development and hopefully somebody will try to help me test. Probably helps if I join the right voice channel though. That would help. Yeah, I just wanted to sort of whilst I do a bit of development, sort of in case anybody has any stupid questions or any sensible questions, and kind of try and work out a bunch of things really, but one of them is how to buy new ships, and I'm not sure how. So right now we've got this dialogue. This dialogue shows you who owns a ship and like what's going on with it and stuff. The problem is that this dialogue has captured the input. So, and if I press enter, I will go into that vehicle, which works. Take that as read. I do notice it doesn't show the type of vehicle. That might be a pain actually, because these have all got names. Like these are not procedurally generated yet, but they are not named. They're not named by player name dot type. But UI is a huge and involved nightmare. It always is, and already I've got an issue because the cursor keys you see are also controlling the follow map, which I still notice I still haven't quite yet lined up, have I? Going in with another player a second. I think the Steam Deck runs this so nicely. I can just join on Steam Deck. I join here. That one there. Now, does that have a link back? Right, so that links back to this one, which does have a name. Is that the right name? That's not even the right name. Okay. That links to the flight. Yes, I do have a ship name. Okay. So my fleet owner. It'd be nice to fix this because this is really cool. It's super duper duper cool in VR. So my ATC object links to the taxi. Fleet owner is the that's interesting. I don't have one. Don't believe you, but really? Because are you gonna let me attach the debugger? It never ever lets me attach the debugger. Hey look, it didn't let me attach the debugger. Come on. Shit.
Hello.
Hello.
You're AstroTrucksing, aren't you?
I am AstroTrucksing.
I figured I'd pop by and help for half hour or so, or
Yep.
as long as I can get away with.
Please do.
I do need to update it though.
You almost definitely do.
Yeah, it is hot.
Yeah, I've got my aircon on, and I'm very glad that I have.
I do not have aircon. I currently have a fan in the room that is pointing it into the computer.
Has that made any difference? Was that just all in your mind?
I don't know, but the GPU is not really running at all, so.
Yeah, Malcolm is correct. I mean, 65C is not. 90 is a problem. 65C is not.
Yeah. I don't know if it is the GPU that's stuttering. It's definitely an AMD driver crapping out. But it could be the hard drive it's on. It could be the CPU. It could be the RAM at this point. I honestly don't know. This PC is the one that we built at your house.
Oh well.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. I mean, bear in mind, I was running my Steam Deck outside, and it got to 95C. Like it started to throttle at that point, but it doesn't go wrong. It just starts to go.
So I had a look at that. Like, what are the specs for that? Because I just filtered my library in Steam by like what is verified, and
I think it's actually magic.
I think it's magic.
Well, I ran No Man's Sky on it, and it just ran. I mean, it didn't have K in the battery, but it worked. I was sort of like
Basically, just a Steam switch.
It's actually I can tell you exactly what it's got. Let me. But yeah, it's fantastic. It's heavy, and the battery life is between like 4 hours and 90 minutes, mostly depending on what you're playing. But if I ever
is that with it like totally battery? If you plug it in, does it gain more than it uses, or is it like?
Well, it depends what you plug it into. But you can see how much power it draws. So I was running Nomancer, and the CPU was drawing 4 watts, and the GPU was drawing 2 watts, which is just insane.
That's crazy.
Now, where's the button that tells me what the hardware is? Is it under the cog? Question mark. No.
I mean, it's got Doom Eternal as a verified game for it. I was like, yeah. Yeah.
To be fair, Doom Eternal also runs on the Switch, so.
Yeah. I suppose does it pre-configure like what am I looking for? Like a settings thing for the Steam Deck, or is it all as configurable as it would be on a PC?
So it's an AMD APU 0405 running at 2.8 gigahertz with 4 physical cores, 8 logical cores, 16 gigs of RAM, and it's a custom GPU. But yeah, it's really good. I'm
pokey, so.
thoroughly impressed with it. Like I've run loads of stuff on it just fine, and it's run almost everything apart from hilariously Fortress Craft Chapter 1, because there appears to be an issue with Proton, but I was actually going to get hold of Valve and going, hello, there's a problem with my game. Well, there's a problem with your emulation layer. But yeah, I've been genuinely impressed. It is a fantastic, if extremely expensive, bit of kit, but like it runs games, whereas I've had laptops that cost 3 times as much, ran games less well, and with less battery. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, how long's the Steam Deck been out? I can't imagine, or not. Well, I haven't seen for very long. So I suppose the library is only going to get bigger, Or is it just like a Unity checkbox or something?
Not even that. I mean, essentially, it's a PC. It just runs stuff like a. Oh, there's no remote fleet. That would be why. It's not. That might be. Server. This means that we have a fleet manager which has and you have a list of flight AI.
Steam can be so slow at downloading everything, but use all of your bandwidth.
It's because it's sometimes thrashing your disk.
That is a good point. It is probably thrashing this disk because it is very old. It is actually so old that I think I'm going to replace it because I'm a bit worried that it's just going to let go at any given point.
Yes. Yeah, well, I keep everything on the cloud these days. So I genuinely, and touch wood, I don't have to. If my computer blows up, all I do is I reinstall a few things and everything else is stored on the internet. Yeah. As I say, the cloud is somebody else's computer.
Yeah. Also, it's their problem if your data's... well, I suppose it's their responsibility to make sure that your data... Yeah, it's still your problem, but it's their responsibility to make sure that your data's fine.
Okay, so server has no RFM, so use the...
There we go. Oh, don't upload that Valheim, please. I don't know that I'm going back to that.
Yeah. It's good to play games, but not necessarily to go back to them.
Well, they added their Hearth and Home update or whatever it was, and it, as far as I could tell, it was just like cosmetics and...
Yeah.
Not like all the decal stuff in Raft.
Yeah.
You'll have
a lot of developers they develop a game that is a survival game, but they also have creative options, and then they notice all their creative videos are getting all the views, and then they just start to shove stuff in for creative. But it's like, for every 1,000 people that play it, one person will make this crazy picturesque raft, but they get too distracted by that. And I think it happens a lot. I mean, it happens in space engineers. You know, there's very few people who actually go off and make a crazy spaceship. They mostly just play it.
remember how to do this.
Right. Well, if you're in the game, I will set up a server in a sec because I'm currently not running a server.
Oh, you're not. Okay.
What button did you press? Did you press host?
I pressed F2.
Oh, I am running a server actually.
Oh, I must have joined it and then just quit it.
Oh. Well, give us a sec. Let me just rerun it because I don't think I have an easy way from working out from a remote fleet object all the way back to who owns it. So that's what I was trying to work out.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, well, I need to work out who you are, but a lot of the time, remember, this started life as a like an Among Us clone, and in that case, I made sure you couldn't run stuff on the server or the client to work out who was who. So I didn't put together certain links I perhaps should have. But if you join now, I'm hoping you will appear. What we'll do, because it's also good. So obviously everything I do is recorded. So the idea is to get some footage for the trailer. But I'm hoping you'll join, and there's at least a 25% chance you'll have a name.
Client 20k sent in 300 body packets. Cool. Client sent message request to join to a big number. I'm assuming that's you.
You might. Did you close the game or did you just go back up to the main menu?
I think I just backed up to the main menu. Alt F4.
That might work. It's one of those things that I've said to people before is quite how much effort it is to quit the menu.
Yeah, he's trying to get attention. He's just performing.
Eudora? Yes, she is.
Maybe she has the energy. It's so warm.
Well,
Right.
She's been running around outside.
Yeah, right. We haven't let Safi outside yet. Right. I think I'm in.
Yep, I see. Oh yeah, there you go. You have no vehicle, but you are driving Andy Roo's taxi. Cool. So if you on
I have no vehicle.
you have no vehicle.
I know. Okay.
You do. Cool. Are you in the game?
I think so.
Okay. Hang on. You press on the number pad 4. You should turn into a collector. Oh, there you go. You're a collector now.
Lots of things appeared outside the ship.
Yes. One day you'll have to model them.
Oh no.
Oh, Unity keeps locking up on me, by the way. I don't know what it is, but Unity will lock up on me for quite some seconds now.
Oh, I think I got through to the menu.
6, 7, 8, 9. There you go. It's just unlocked. It's something to do with me selecting. So you should be able to come back in now. It's something to do with me selecting.
I need to reboot, or
I close it and rerun it. Yeah. It's something to do with me selecting something in the hierarchy for the first time in a run, and it just sits there and goes, "Hold on a moment." And you should join back.
Think about
that. Yeah, you should join back in the collector. So now you won't spawn in the taxi dock. One of the next things to do is not allow you to switch ship willy-nilly.
Okay.
Right, so hopefully you'll come back in. But the idea is, obviously, I'm recording this to try and get some shots for the trailer. We have had some shots like 3 or 4 people flying around. It's ever so cool. Wait, oh, you're in.
There's every time I launch every time I launch joins a client, there is just, it's like it plays all of the sounds at once. It's really, really loud.
Yes, yes, I know. But loading, it freezes up again. It's Unity doing a whole bunch of stuff over several seconds in one go, and it's like, please don't do that. Are you in?
Yeah, I think I'm in. Oh.
Okay. Now, could you press numeric keypad 4, please?
I have. I think I'm in. I am in the collector because I can see the little yellow bits.
I don't think you're in a collector.
Can't remember how to disable the parking brake and everything, but
okay, click the left stick. So can you just press a different button and then press number pad 4 again? Number pad 1, say, then number pad 4. Right, there you go. Okay, and now press 3 to turn off the. Oh, you can do it on the pad. No, you're in a police ship. Go back to the collector.
Oh, sorry, other 3.
Hold on. You can do it on the pad now. So press. Hold on, please let me look at the number. Oh, hold on. Should I turn my handbrake on? Because I keep banging into things. There we go. Alright, there we go. Let me pin that. Right, so press. Are you on an Xbox pad, yeah?
I am indeed.
Cool. Press,
X is 3.
Yeah, X. So press X to turn off your tractor beam.
And off tractor beam.
Cool. And now press B to toggle aero and upright on. Better. Right, now, do you want to do the easy one or the hard one?
I don't mind.
Excellent. So if you do 90-degree turn to your left.
I'm going to have to remember how to do that, but absolutely.
The left stick.
Right stick, you mean?
Right stick. Yes. Okay, so there's a chance that off in front of you can actually see an Astro. What you're looking for is the grinder from Frozen Factory. So just fly forwards.
Wait.
And click the left stick, turn the handbrake off if you've got it on.
How do I like? I can see if I press B, there's two symbols that appear, which is ESP and
Right,
EC
that means you've
something.
just disabled all the flying assists.
Right. Okay. That's what I wanted.
You want them disabled?
On
anyway,
rather.
Yeah, cool. So you want to head left about 20 degrees and down a lot. But yeah, I want to try and get some shots of also just watch other people fly. So yeah, I want to turn about 45 degrees to your right. You're looking for a yellow asteroid.
Sorry, what was it?
45 degrees to your right.
45 degrees to my right. I'm guessing it's close, considering that the angle is changing so drastically.
What angle?
The direction I've got to go.
Well, that's just more to do with the way you're spinning. So can you see the asteroid yet?
You can see several asteroids.
You're coming very, very quickly towards it now. It's on your right. Now right about 20 degrees.
The one in the ship?
No. The one...
Oh.
Can you really not see it?
The sort of orange one?
Yeah.
I currently don't know if I'm slowing down or not.
Well, it does say your speed in the middle of the screen, I hope.
Oh, yeah.
So come to a halt.
Is it?
So if you blow 8 meters per second, your handbrake will stop you. So you don't have to worry about anything.
Okay.
Are you coming?
Is it the one that's directly above me?
Yeah. So, but before you do that, do a 180-degree turn. And then if you click the right stick to look upwards, you should hopefully see where you are aiming for.
I think I'm a bit too far past it.
No, you're looking for the hard rock grinder from Fortress Craft. So 45 degrees to your right. Remember, you can click the right stick to look up, look down, and look straight. So if you look up, you should see it.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. So yeah, that's where you're aiming for. So if you fly upwards, nice and gently, so you're more or less in line with that. See, I would normally give you help from the ATC view. Oh, that's loud. You need to stop banging into things. Okay, so if you now fly backwards, are you still looking up, or are you looking straight again?
I was looking straight, but I am now up. Oh yeah, there he is.
See the asteroid. So you want to line yourself up with the asteroid nice and gently, nice and carefully, and I will remind myself what the buttons are. So you should now be able to press X to enable the magnetic grapple thing, and then gently go to the asteroid and grab it. So press was it X? Yes, cool. You've now got your grabbers on.
Oh, look, it's that ship that I took apart. Or did I make that? I may have actually done that one. The green one above me.
Yes, that's one you did. There you go. It's now grabbed. If the pad vibrates, that means you're pushing it forwards.
I did not get any vibration.
And I may have screwed up. But push that into the grinder.
I cannot see the grinder.
Man, you're ready. So if you slow down, the rock will align itself not in your camera view. It's good like that. There, see? See the grinder now? Oh, there you go. Yep, it's taking the rocks off. Oh, you want to fly up gently, or aim up, one of the two.
Are there random astronauts inside the...
They aren't random. I'm thinking about naming them all after patrons and having people find them. There you go. And the asteroid has been destroyed. Well done. You have made resources. So now what happens?
I've got to find out.
What? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It should do. Oh my god. You've gone a long way into that. That's not right.
Oh no! Ow!
You're gonna be able to get out.
No.
So, hadn't crossed my mind anyone would try and do that. Has to be said. I mean, I can't get you out, but if you got in, you should be able to get out.
I'm assuming I just fly out straight the way I came.
Yes.
Otherwise, I may have to relaunch the game. Whee!
That looks amazing. Cool. Right. So if you now press 5, you will become a transporter, and those are the things that carry the. So you want to fly forwards, and the dock to pick up the iron ore from is 180 degrees counterclockwise and above you.
Does it matter?
But you want to fly out a bit first.
Out of charge.
Maybe, because when you spawn into the object, you don't necessarily spawn with the whole charge.
Yeah.
You spin slowly to your left. Oh, that's not slow. Oh my word, that thing is very quick. It's because you're empty. Don't get used to it. Okay, can you see the dock to your right? So if you sidestep right, you should see the dock.
Is it the platform with the glowing blue thing on top?
Yeah, so park between the two blue things. That's
certainly try.
Ever so cool from third person view. So bear in mind, this ship is empty and you're about to put 50,000 tons of iron into it. So I don't know if you ever hired a transit van or something like that, but they drive really nicely when they're not full.
I haven't driven a transit van. In fact, I drove a transit van to Manchester when I crashed my first Fiesta.
Yeah, but when it's empty, you see, it's nice. When it's empty, it drives like a Fiesta.
With much better brakes, some would say. I have no gauge at all as to how long this thing is.
Oh, don't worry about that. It's not very long, though. You are actually currently smashing all. No, you have to park between them, not in them. Between them. Spin back the way you were facing. You don't fly through them. You don't even slightly fit. Not even.
I have no idea where I am relative to these things.
Does it? What message do you have currently on your screen?
Load rate 100%. Cargo moved 0 tons.
So it's loading, or
it's just loading. Yeah.
Yeah. So you should just wait, let it load. Stop spinning around.
Cargo value 300.
Have a look at the picture in Discord, by the way. That's the size of what you were like. I wonder if I can rotate it. Don't rotate it.
AstroTrucks.
Well, it doesn't care. Like I haven't enforced that yet. Pardon me.
Oh, I see.
The collector is a bit better. The taxi's kind of there, but when you are full, the idea is that you will have an empty container, and then the container will disappear. I haven't quite worked out. I like the idea of having it like a real truck. So the container isn't part of your ship. You pick a container up, and then do the thing.
Cargo full. Move along.
Cool. So, there's only one place to go, and that's easy enough, and it's dead ahead. But just bear in mind, you're now flying a fully laden truck. So,
I mean, we both know that I'm going to crash this.
Absolutely, but that's okay. I hope to record it. But at some point, I need to organise like a dozen people playing or something, so I can get a whole bunch of trailer footage with lots of people. Oh, for fuck's sake. Every time I try and grab a bit of footage, it pops up the last bit of. Oh, I'm going to miss it. Damn it.
You need me to reverse?
No, I had the camera all lined up nicely, and then just as I start to record, it pops up the previous bit. And instead of popping up in one of my Explorer windows on the right screen, it pops an Explorer window on the same screen.
Nice.
And you want to be heading slightly to your left. You're a little bit juddery, that's annoying. Not you personally. Sorry, when I said left, I meant straight left, which would be right. So about 90 degrees to your right now.
What, this glowing blue thing as well?
No, 90 degrees to your right, where it says raw material refinery. I can't read now.
Oh god, how are you expecting me to read that?
Well, I can't make it any bigger. It's enormous. It's about 50 meters tall.
It's also quite a long way away.
It is.
Ah, over the top of a thing heading straight. I think I may have crashed into something. I'm heading towards the refinery thing.
So it
Or the
doesn't.
drop-off.
It doesn't look like the handling's working. By the way, I have a funny thing that might not be working on a client. Like you should be finding it enormously more difficult to fly than you are. I think.
Handling.
Yeah.
Oh, as in like it's not spinning. Hang on, let me. If I park it, just a second.
Like when you accelerate, it should take you a long time to get through, but it might be a bug, so it only happens on servers.
Well, the easy way to find out is to try and turn.
Yeah, you're turning like you're empty.
Yeah, I think it is. Or I may not have any cargo.
Well, you can see.
But I think I do.
If you look down,
I have 50,000 out of 50,000.
Okay, interesting.
Oh, I probably have cargo.
So you want to head for the left-hand raw material refining system sign.
Stage left or?
Yeah, actual left. You know, real left. So I'm trying to park the camera. I'm trying to guess where you're going to fly to get good shots. There you are. Yeah, so you're still flying like it's empty.
Like I stole it.
Yeah, it should be. You played Euro Truck Simulator. That's how it should be flying right now.
I haven't actually played Euro Truck Simulator. It was one of those games that I was like, I don't really understand the appeal. Well, I've been told by so many people that it's brilliant and it's wonderful and
the weird thing about it
and all that lot. And I'm like, I don't understand it. You just drive a truck.
It's when you've been on 15 minutes on a single journey and then you're approaching the drop-off. And if you screw it up now, you've invested and waited 15 minutes, and that's when it starts to get really good. Like, it's very, very tense. Anyway, can you see the loading dock? Hopefully.
I'm assuming this is yellow thing.
Wow. In a moment, what we're going to do is we're going to reload your ship and then get you to restart the game, so you have to fly it properly. Because, wow.
Have I got any lights?
Is it that dark?
The bottom of it is.
Oh,
I'm not entirely sure where the entry point is.
Bear in mind.
Okay, right.
All the decals keep disappearing because there's a bug. Not my bug, Unity's bug.
Okay.
There's quite a lot of bugs with the rendering right now that I'm having to work my way around.
Yes, please.
Is there an offer of tea or coffee or ice creams?
Ice water.
That's close enough. For instance, right now, I'm staring at a low resolution texture and I don't know why. Because I do, because Unity hasn't got around to streaming it in. But yeah, head to the second door.
The second door also open.
Also opens when I wasn't filming.
A lot of debris inside this loading dock.
Shh. It helps with you judging how fast you're going, which is why. Although I'm worried about how you're going to be flying when it's full in a moment.
Where specifically am I aiming for?
The middle of the landing pad.
Oh, this giant pad on the floor that I can't. Okay, yep.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, sometimes you're going to have to just land blind. I think I'm going to end up having more docks in the ceiling just because they're easier to look at.
You could have it the way that. What was the game that we played? Was it Eve? No, it wasn't Eve, it was Elite. Kind of did it. Sort of projected. Like rings, I guess, upwards. That was like, oh, get your ship within this giant square thing.
Yes. Yeah, I haven't really come up with a design language for it quite yet. Like as time goes on, I'm sure I will. There you go. Should be unloading or loading now.
Yep. Eating my shoes, you little horror.
Sorry. So what we'll do is So you've dropped. So Barryman, you dropped off an asteroid, and that got turned into iron ore. You've now dropped off a whole bunch of iron ore, and it will have turned into iron bars, I hope. And that should be reflected here in the sort of world readout screen. Processed ore, 8 inventory. Foundry drop off has 6 iron ore. Foundry ingot collection. Oh wow, it's working. My word.
I knew she was on the shelf. I didn't see it like pull all of the wiring off.
How old is she?
Cat. She's 3.
Yeah. I'd say it gets any better, but that's older than Dora.
Okay, so cargo's empty. Sorry, I got distracted because she literally pulled all of the stuff that I'm using off the desk.
Ah, what a dear.
And then legged it.
What a darling. So you want to fly out of the foundry and into the other side. And yes, I know I could have made it so you could fly from one end to the other, but that is on purpose.
So wait, I'm going to go out the doors that I just came through, go right to the end of the same thing, and then back in.
Yeah. Do you see the big blue force field that was just in front of you? You want to head to the other side of that, and you want to take the long route. Oh, the reflection maps are completely. For some reason, I've got reflection of the outside. Let me make a note on that. Ref. Row. App inside. Put that in as polish, which probably means I should do it next because that's how I roll. Yeah, so we'll load you up. So you want to head out the right, not the left. That's on the left hand side now. You've done a 180. Oh, hold on. I wonder if I can see in real time how much damage you've done to your ship. Oh, I can't read that. That's a shame.
I haven't crashed it at all.
Let's see if that's a lie.
Is it the hull integrity?
And there's more than just hull integrity. So every time you damage your ship, what happens is you damage the current system and you also reduce the maximum health of that system. So there's repairing and then there's maintenance. Let me see.
So the main thrust is damaged, and I think the computer's damaged. I think.
Ooh, that's loud. Because you've been jamming buttons, you've generated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ships, and your current ship is at 94% damage. So, well done.
Is 94% health or 94% destroyed?
94% health, but some of that might be system damage, not. So if you slam into something and 100% damage your hull and then go and repair it, you'll still be at 10% damage because you have reduced the maximum health of your hull by 10%. Does that make sense?
Permanent damage.
Permanent damage, yeah. So you can repair it, but you then also have to maintain it. So repairing is cheap, but maintenance is expensive. I have no idea where you've gone, by the way.
I'm in the thing.
Oh, are you in it? Have you filled up? Ah, well done. Are you filling up with iron ingots?
I don't think I've landed yet.
Yeah, I'll make a
Do I
note.
need to actually land, or
I'll make a note. Stacked docking rings for fan. I don't know. Are you? I can check, but it's a bit of a pain. There we go. Andy Roo has started loading at a rate of 1,002 kilograms a second. So the more you load and unload, the quicker you get at it as well. So I've been doing lots of work, but as ever, I do a whole chunk of work and then I check it networked. And what's happened, that's why, for some reason, your ship doesn't weigh the right amount. But I'm very sure it will on a restart. Wait a minute. How many have you loaded?
just loading in the last one now. Yep. Cool.
Cool. All right. Now, can you? Does the ship fly any different? No. Okay. So if you quit and rejoin,
Sure. Do I need to escape to menu or just Alt F4?
I would escape to menu and then Alt F4.
So escape,
Escape.
Alt F4.
And I'd be very interested to see what you respawn. Hopefully you respawn in a transporter, because last time you respawned back in a taxi, but I don't know why. But part of it is because I've been trying to optimize as I go along to keep the network bandwidth down. And ow. That was loud again.
Right, F2 to rejoin. Ow. Right, I don't know what I'm in.
It says in the script. It does say what you're in. Bottom left, just above flight time.
Transporter.
Yeah. So I think you're in a transporter, but I'm seeing a taxi. But you are in a transporter, but it will fly like a transporter. Either way.
Oh no, it's really slow.
Oh yes. Rejoining clients have wrong fleet visuals. I'm going to have to put that in as just a bug.
Watch 2 is exactly the same as Overwatch. Well, that's not surprising.
Well, Overwatch 2 is Overwatch 1.
Yes, it is.
Well, it's not. It's a new engine. Like, it looks the same, but I said
it plays slightly differently, I think.
People would bitch if it did play any differently. Because this is what happens to games as a service. But the fact that everyone's talking about it means this is what you're going to get from now on.
Yep.
Okay, so you want to do a 120-degree turn to your left and head round the back of the main space station. But you might find this flies a little bit differently.
A little bit.
This full. But bear in mind, it doesn't mean I've necessarily got it right, because I have to balance how it flies. The annoying thing is, balancing it is quite tricky, because I can't just give you more power, because then it handles less well when you're full. So the way I have to do it is to give you more power and increase the weight of the base ship to compensate.
So I've got to head this way?
Yeah, that's about right.
Oh, I've got the parking brake on. That's not going to help matters. I have no energy. Oh god, this is going to take forever. How far have I got to go?
Bear in mind, you don't lose speed. You still got the same speed. What's your current speed?
3.
Okay.
I can't go any faster because it's shouting at me.
Well, remember, you don't lose any speed by coasting, assuming you're pointing in the same direction. So see the purple line on your HUD?
Yep.
That shows you your relative drift. So if you keep those the same, so aim or use your strafe, which is your left stick, to aim in the same direction as you are going, then you won't be wasting any fuel by sliding. Did that make any sense?
Kind of.
So if you've got it's the purple line facing to the left or the right of your ship right now?
It's pretty much on the crosshair in the middle.
Pretty much on the crosshair. Okay, cool. That means you're heading in the same direction you're flying. So you shouldn't be losing any speed.
No.
So you should be able to get up to a higher speed now, just by thrusting carefully and judiciously. Also, bear in mind,
wait for the energy to rebuild.
Well, you haven't got any levels yet. So when you do things, you get better at doing things. So I'm expecting someone to have spent several hours in a taxi before they do this. But I've only begun to sort of just begin to balance them. I'm also assuming that what you're currently flying is the biggest and heaviest of the cargo ships. So it may also be that you should have a tugboat helping you.
That'd be another player, or do you just mean like a sort of...
Tugboat's another player.
Is it that yellow thing behind all the asteroids that I'm heading to?
I'm just making some notes. No, but it's to the right of the yellow thing. What's your speed now? You should be able to get it up to 30.
8.
8.
9.
Think of it as a truck rather than a spaceship. So I don't want to make. I think the taxis are about the right speed. I think these are about the right speed, but you need a little bit of a different mindset. So you get up to speed and then you coast. And I might need to give you some menus to do things with whilst you're coasting.
You might need a radio station to listen to.
Well, it's one of the things I like in space games is just a sort of I'm in space sort of feel, rather than necessarily screaming from all the way across the levels. Just sort of wibbly wibbly wibbly.
Need hyperspace through an asteroid field.
We're not doing that.
We're not doing the hold it maneuver, whatever it is. Like, here's your eye. You go straight through it.
Wow. So I put a bunch of videos up earlier saying, hey, I have just been testing all my games on the Steam Deck. And someone goes, why are you guys still talking about this game? Does it run on the Steam Deck? Number 8. Why am I talking about this? Because I... Yeah, someone's bitching I made a video about Fortress Craft chapter 1. But the video was on a new platform.
Every other game that has come out in the last...
Well, yeah, it was
How many times has Borderlands been re-released or something?
Oh god, yeah. Well, I mean, that was my first thing I always run on any hardware is Borderlands 2. Going, how's it look? Oh, it looks great. But it just seems like a very weird thing to bitch about. It's like, why are you still talking about this game? Because
it's been a big part of our lives, and it's
still
around,
and it's on new hardware. It doesn't run on the Steam Deck. It breaks horribly.
That's presumably because of the X and A side of things.
Steam Heroes runs absolutely fine.
Is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
And
the theme got a touchscreen.
Yes.
Yeah,
touchscreen, and it's got 2 touchpads as well.
Kind of like the controller that I never used.
Yes, like the Steam controller, which if the Steam controller had 2 sticks as well as the touchpads, it would have been brilliant, but it didn't, and that was annoying. Because I wasn't going to. I've tried it. Gyro aiming is quite frankly amazing in it, but there's no way I was going to learn a new set of controls. What's your speed up to now?
I'm at 19, but
okay.
I'm depending on where I'm going. I'm presuming I have to start slowing down.
Yes. So it may also be that you, as a player, might not like driving the big cargo ships. You might only want to drive the little nippy ones, or you might want to get asteroids. I'm trying to hopefully aim for a bit of everything.
Which specific thing am I aiming for?
So you see the big space station to your right?
Black one.
Not black, but sure.
Or the grey one.
Yes, though everything's grey.
Yeah.
But yeah, the grey one. It's round the back of there.
Right. Maneuvering.
So Shauka thinks this is easy on this ship. I personally disagree massively. I think this is really hard. But I'm not as good.
Speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil. Yeah, you see, he's just like mad pro skills, whereas you, on the other hand, are just going to balls it up terribly.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's the problem. Hey, Shauka. But have you ever watched like real docking maneuvers? They take hours. They're so boring and slow. There's no break. Do something. You dribble in over like 2 hours of lining up. So I don't know if you can see the dock. It looks like the one you loaded the ore up at.
Not yet. Am I supposed to be able to? I have a horrible feeling whatever it is, I'm going to end up going sailing past it. So.
It's literally directly in front of you now. Beneath you.
On the right.
Beneath you.
Beneath me?
Yeah, quite a long way beneath you now.
Uh-oh. Well, I'm definitely going to go sailing past it.
Well, can you see it?
Not anything beneath me.
It's beneath you and 45 degrees to your left.
Really?
Yeah.
A
long way beneath you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't look through the floor of the ship.
But you can't angle the ship downwards.
I can.
That doesn't even require any power because I'm nice like that. Yep, keep spinning. You should be just about looking at it. It says loading zone on it and spare parts warehouse zone 1. Shaka, it's worth pointing out I spotted a bug where fully laden ships don't change weight properly. And it's possible, though I guess unlikely, you haven't actually driven a fully laden ship yet. It's
No.
Kind of have. I was surprised the empty was like very similar to taxing. Then it got worse when I loaded it up.
Yes, I mean that's a tricky thing. So I can tweak it, and I have been tweaking it. I might make the empty ship a lot heavier, but also crank up all of the power to compensate. The problem is, if I want to make the full ship handle better, I also need to make the empty ship handle worse. Otherwise, the relative balance doesn't work out. Have you seen where you're docking yet, Andy?
Is it the little blue towers with the orange door? That's the spare parts. No, then.
Says spare parts, yes. Between the two blue force fields, where it says loading zone.
So not where I'm looking.
Where you're looking, yeah.
Is it below the spare parts?
No, don't.
It is spare parts.
Oh,
then.
it's just below spare parts. Yeah, it's not a long way below. It's like literally. Do you see the two blue force fields?
Yes.
I'm gonna say between them, but that doesn't mean fly through them. That means between them. I do need to come up with a fixed language for this is a dockable area. I think what you said, like rings rising up or something.
I mean, I still don't know where I'm looking.
It's a huge blue thing. I don't know how to describe it better.
You put a little diamond there so I can see it.
Like what's the thing that says spare part? I mean, it is the bit that says spare parts, but you don't fly into.
It is the bit that says spare parts.
Yes, but you don't fly into the spare parts sign.
Well, wasn't it? Intending to fly into the sign.
Well, last time you did try and do something terrible and fly through the force field, so.
Instructions weren't clear. Right, okay, so I am aiming for this sort of thing that I picked up out in the first place, but the spare parts instead of loading zone.
So you're dropping off the iron ore. So essentially this dock style here is the large transporter style dock. Although if it's not obvious, I mean, it was obvious, I'm afraid.
Has the refinery been moved?
No, don't think anything's moved, but I've mostly been on the... So you can now cycle through all of the ships and select one. And that works.
Does iron ore go to the box rather than where the end products of it?
Say that again slowly, because you lost me.
When I was doing stuff, I was making iron ore go to the box and then iron bars to the back of the...
That's correct. So there's only one place it takes iron bars, which is the spare parts warehouse, and there's only one place it takes iron ore, and that's the foundry. And yes, only an idiot would design a space station where you ground up the rocks on the other side of the flight area from the foundry, but hey, that's how we're rolling in our space station. I have to do this thing where I have to make the world really inefficient, otherwise you'd only hop back and forwards 20 feet. In reality, they'd probably just put it in the same thing, but that's why I've set things on asteroids.
Oh, I'm so nearly there. So horrible drive.
It is. But is it correct for a fully laden ship? Is it too heavy? Is it bearable? It's hard for me to know. But because you're not forced into that as a career path, it might not matter. It may also be that once you've got enough experience levels from doing stuff, you don't really notice.
Does experience give acceleration?
Not yet. I am tracking a lot of stats, but I'm not applying very many. The only one I am applying is loading and offloading speed. So when Andy finally lands, whenever this is, it will specifically tell me how quickly he's loading. And from that I can deduce how much he has transported. Let me put a note down for a player stats screen in ATC. I should put that under nicety. But I mean, Andy, you're still traveling about 10 times the speed of a real spaceship if a real spaceship was docking. SpaceX
decided I don't want to be an astronaut anymore.
Well, SpaceX, watching all SpaceX's stuff really just sort of blows you away as to how it really works. So Andy's offloading at 1,003 kilograms per second. So Andy has got 0.3% increased offload rate. I can't.
They're going to update so that I'm fast again then.
That's a very good question. I can't tell from my end. Oh, I think this is Shaka. Shaka, what's he flying, by the way?
I haven't switched, so is this a taxi or does it remember from last time?
You are in a taxi.
Which number is it for the loader?
But don't do that. Don't do that. Let's do it properly. So, if you press backspace, you should arrive.
I can confirm that this is slow as anything.
Oh, okay. That was working. So, are you in the ATC now, Shauka?
Yeah.
Okay. On the right, if you look to the left, you should see it says spaceships available, and it might be a bit small.
Yeah, I'm pancake and it's a bit small.
Okay, so use the cursor keys to go down to the JCF Cargo 3. No, yeah, the JCF Cargo 3000, which is ship number 22. I hope. I like that your ship continues to fly. Have you found ship number JCF Cargo 22? Sorry, JCF Cargo 3000. Belongs to the colony.
JCF
It is a quality of life thing,
Cargo
and that we call.
3000.
Cool. If you press enter on that, that ship should then become yours. You should be in that ship. Not, I've created a new ship, you should move into that one. I'm hoping.
Enter does not do.
No,
Or
no. That's
just out of ATC.
And now press backspace again. Come out. Are you in the transporter? Are you in the transporter? I think you are. Do you think you are?
How do I tell?
It says on your screen. So it lists your ship on one of the screens at the bottom.
One on the left, it's like fourth line up from the bottom.
Shaka is now flying JCF Cargo 3000.
And it will say underneath that, it will say like transporter flight time or something. Oh wow, so Andy could definitely break it by trying to get into your ship, but there's no sanity checking yet. But you haven't changed visuals. That's annoying. So, that's the same bug as for Andy's.
What? I might not have confirmed something that might
No, you are flying. You are flying in transporter with ship ID 1,000,003. That's fine. You just look like a taxi. That bit's not. I am a little bit surprised though, because I'm receiving updates from you of literally the wrong ship. Then. Don't think anywhere in your debug it tells you what ship you're flying. It might do. If you press F11 to turn on the yellow...
I have a red text that has ID of 1, 5 zeros and a 3.
Oh no, it says... Now I've got... Fortunately, I've got a timeout to Andy drawing all over a different dialogue. I wonder why. Oh, I'm in. Oh, sorry. I was like, "There's taxi 1,000,000,000," but that's me. I'm in a proper taxi. So soon, I will be heavily discouraging you using the debug keys, and you'll have to fly back to the hangar, get out, and get into another spaceship, and then the colony can actually buy spaceships. That's the plan. I wonder on your screen though, on your control panel. It does say, third line up from the bottom, it says collector, transporter flight time. Is that correct?
Transporter flight time.
Okay.
About to be 3 minutes.
Cool. So that means that your client understands that you're in a transporter, and it also understands that you're in a transporter called the RCF 3000. That's good. Andy, feel free to switch back to a taxi, by the way. Don't feel you have to fly the transporter. I just wanted to... That's good that I know about the bug, about the
behaviour.
The weight.
Well, I've got a drop off anyway. I just want to make sure that I back out that doesn't break things. Is it just an escape? Nothing
you do should break it. Shouldn't matter.
Happy days. Do a barrel roll upside down and then Alt F4 on the way down. That's cool.
It's getting there.
I think for me, I'll need a map to be able to navigate that. I just don't know where anything is.
What you mean? Well, you don't, because you will have the ATC helping you. You go, I can't find the blur. But there is a map pinned.
Yep.
Did you look at the map?
No.
So when you said if only there was a map, what you meant was I should look at the map.
Well,
the meta game. It's out of the game.
I'll have a look.
Well, no, maps are fine. We're allowed to have. No, he has got a map. He can always pop into the ATC and look at the map. Though they don't show the things very well. But yeah, there is a map. But I don't. The thing is, I'm very happy to have people direct you, because it might also be that one person has a more critical ore or a more critical cargo. So I might say to you, don't park in the bay, because it takes like a minute to unload. So somebody might be organising that, and I'm hoping those people can also open and close the doors in advance. I want to make the doors slower, so you have to wait, but the person in the ATC can actually open the doors in advance for you. That's the plan.
Open both airlocks.
Open both. Well, have you noticed when you open the airlock, you get all the air rush out, but you always...
I did see the air rush out.
Yeah, you get it, but only because it looks cool. It constantly rushes out. What was that I watched the other day? I watched a film, and it did that annoying thing that when there's air, there's gravity. So as they pump the air, and everything falls out. Everything falls out onto the ground. Oh, what was it? Wasn't it? It was. They should be thinking I watched recently. No, it wasn't the Orville. But yeah, it's a trope that happens a lot. You get debris floating in the air, and then the air rushes into the air, and it all falls out. Like gravity is full of air. Air is full of gravity.
It works.
No. Well, thank you for popping by. More testing is always good.
Yeah, no, not a problem. So let us know if you're doing AstroTrucks again. I'll see if I can swing by for a little bit.
Tomorrow I'm going to see John Romero, and then I am in Brighton Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, probably Friday. So there may be something next Saturday.
No worries. I'll
Yes,
keep an eye out.
I've got some work, but I've got my Steam Deck, so I won't possibly get bored.
Get a little solar panel, and then you charge it up on the beach. Just take
Uh,
you.
See, the thing is, it's only I think it only takes a 10-watt charger at most. I think in theory, I'm just going to Google 10-watt solar panel because I've got a solar panel, but I can barely get 5 volts, a third of an amp out of it. I don't know what that is in real money. What's 5 volts?
5 volt, 0.3 amp. It's like 1 watt or something.
Yeah,
it's 1 and a bit watts.
And it's quite a big solar panel, but it might be better outside. But what I would actually do is charge up a mobile phone battery, and then from the mobile phone battery, charge up the.
Like a battery bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that'll work. Whoop.
Okay, so Shaq, I'm just gonna.
Cool. I'll catch you later.
Thank you very much. See you again soon.
See you guys.
So in a moment, I might break it. I'm just going to. I want to see what you're telling me every frame, because every frame you'll tell me, hey, not every frame, every tick, I'm in this ship. As ever, I've done loads of testing, absolutely tons, and it all works fine until we start doing things with real people, and it always breaks. So, what have you told me you're flying? You've told me that you're flying a unknown. Okay. Ah, no, that's fine. You've told me you're in an unknown. That means all is good. Stay in my current one. You think you're flying a transporter. I think you're flying a transporter. But I'm trying to do this without breaking your what are you? You're in a oh. Oh, did you get kicked out or was I too slow?
I'm the main menu now.
RPG ship. Sorry, yeah, I should probably increase that timeout number.
But if it stays frozen while you're messing with the code,
it shouldn't matter. It should just back up all the packets. What happens is when I don't respond, your client goes, "Oh, something's wrong." So, yeah, I should probably, for debug purposes, just crank that up to a minute. I just wanted to make sure it worked.
should I join back?
Yeah, should be able to. Trying to think what to do because your client rather is no longer telling the server what they're in, and that's fine. What should happen is if the unique ID
It's taking long. I think, like, rejoining without quitting.
Oh
the
no,
game.
yeah, you definitely almost need to quit the game. Yeah. As I said, that's something I will just need to just do. Literally, run the game. Can I reconnect? What's broken? It's just horrible. There's so much code to do, so much cleanup. Yeah. So if you send that there, that is a change. But I need to detect if the has the player changed. We should have detected. Have you rejoined, by the way?
Yep.
And are you in the transporter still? Or are you...
I am in the cargo ship.
Okay, because you're in a taxi. So, my game says Schalke in transporter. And you're in the same one, by the way. So this is really important now. So very soon, as a team, we will be able to buy and sell ships. It's not just press a button, I'm now in a new ship. There's a finite number of ships. You'll get given some clunkers when the colony starts up, but you'll have to work towards buying pristine ships. So that's really important. You are in that ship.
So I don't know whether you care about this kind of malfunction, but I did not spawn where I disconnected, but
No,
I'm at the emergency spawn.
So I'm not too sure what to do about that. So right now, in theory, it's abusable to teleport all the way across the landscape, but you'll notice how the hangar is not near any drop-off points, so it's not that good an expert.
I think also when I was loading the iron ingots, the weight did not change.
Yeah, that doesn't seem to. I don't know why. I'm sure it did, but it might be related to what I'm changing.
Now that I spawned at the emergency exit, I am heavier, so now it did correctly.
Cold. How warm is it where you are, by the way? We're having a bit of a heat wave in the UK.
It's pleasantly warm after having been unpleasantly warm sometime.
It's definitely unpleasantly warm today.
Still in the range of having occasional thunderstorms.
My player no longer tells us what we're in. Detect if the player data. Now somewhere I've got the data. Sometimes it's just a question of me just getting the data. So, do we have that? So, if
You know, when people get their driver's license, if they're going to get the truck license, they will first put you in the truck, then later to like small cars.
Pretty sure you start in small cars and then the truck comes later.
I think they start with the big cars because the carefulness is more proper there. Learn to respect that thing.
Yeah, I mean, I found this the first time I actually had a pillion passenger on my motorbike, because you go to brake and it's like, oh my god, the bike feels incredibly heavy. I wish I'd started braking 100 meters back. So, ooh. So, if what I need to detect, I wonder if the idea is, oh, it's really not much use having the idea, is there? Essentially, I just need to call these three functions here. I've got the data, so I'll wait till you've finished a doc, and then I will update the server. Okay, if lrpgplayer.mshipdata. Type equal to A connection. Oh, I already know what ship you're in. I have been quite good with the data in this. There's pretty much everywhere is all the data that I need, all nicely organised. Question of just querying the correct thing. That's a Yulong. That's a Yulong.
So with this long ghosting,
Hmm?
I remember from Kerbal having the tools to plan the maneuvers. I would really use like in 30 seconds start braking kind of thing, but have to somewhat be alert.
Yes,
Doing that.
It would be very cool if the ATC view could do that sort of thing, but that's difficult. I mean, just rendering the prediction beziers alone is a pain.
Being able to like list only times, that could like also make sense. The spatial dimension might not be that important.
But I mean, how would that even work?
Player clicks ship, has a list, and then can like add a row and then specify a time.
I mean, Ed, if that's how it works.
But if the ATC like keeps track of everybody as like a thing that collapses all the timelines of all people and then can like figure out whether the iron ingots are going to arrive before the steel ingots. I thought also that in order for the timing to matter, then there would be like that there would be only one resource at a time at the refinery. We were talking about that the unloading would be the reason to time the arrivals.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those like, as we sort of progress, I don't know for a fact whether or not that'd be fun. Like saying, okay, you've got a whole bunch of coal, but don't offload. Yeah, I guess the question there is why is the refinery so dumb? But if I can do it so you implicitly have the refinery work on stuff, or I can have it so the ATC player explicitly says, click, 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 you are now making this thing. Or I can have it so it just makes both of them. I don't know. I really, really don't know.
I screwed this up. This is going to take a while to correct.
Okay, so what I've said is this player... I don't actually think I need to handle a ship change as such. It should work though. Only we generate a new RPG ship. That's... Oh. Maybe I should read my own comments. This function should be deprecated as it shoves the player into a random new vehicle with a request type and should only be for testing. So this code can stay up there, but what does L player requests do? I think all I need to do is do lfleet dot flag removal equals true, and Is that all I need to do? That might be all I need to do is just delete your current. So where are you now? Are you in a position where you can rejoin? That might have actually literally just been one line of code I needed to write. Oh, please don't crash.
I messed quite a lot. I'm far behind the station, fighting to not go further out.
Oh God, you have over. Oh my God, you have overshot by so much. You might as well quit and come back in because you've overshot by about the same distance. You overshot by 80% of the distance you've travelled.
Yeah, I guess a retry.
If you come back in, there is a let me close the game and come back. Let me restart the server so it's got the new code. There is a chance you will now come in as the right vehicle. I'm crossing the fingers. Visually, you are in the right vehicle, but you're visually in a taxi for not sure why. Oh, right, so I actually pressed F1 to start the server up, doesn't it? Yeah, I have done VR performances now pretty good. So I'd spent so much time on that. Not necessarily saying it's perfect, but definitely better. Okay.
It was pretty weird in some other game, Steam VR, so the OpenXR was actually had issues. It was not strictly better. Well, I didn't stay in on.
No. So there is a bug where with the first time anything happens, Unity locks up for like 6 seconds. And I don't think it's anything to do with me. So you are still... are you back in or is that not you?
Not yet back in, pressing F2 to join.
I think it's going to go really, really wrong. Server now has 1 connections. Server init finalize player Schalke. Warning. Okay.
I explode immediately.
Yes, you're parked inside Andy. Did I have the debugger connected? Just keep being terrible.
Doing awesome.
So you're on a transporter and your fleet. Okay, so if it's flagged for removal, then I destroy it, and then I remove it. Okay, and now which point do I say, hey, you need a new one? So remove. Pending fleet does not contain new player. Okay, I think I should see what I can. So there is a variable and I'm slowly removing it. And every time I see that variable pop up, I'm getting rid of it. I've just seen it again. So it's prefab.e prefab type.l type. So that's gone. Add L player.
How do you slowly delete a variable?
You rename the variable to do not use this variable anymore, and then you change it. You get every time you see it in use, you remove it. It's quite hard just to remove it in its entirety.
Oh, on source code level rather than runtime.
Yeah. So what was happening is this crufty variable wasn't being set. So I was going, oh, Schalke's in a taxi. Sorry, Schalke's in a transporter, but he's flying a taxi. Delete the taxi. Then create the taxi. So I just check the pending new fleet. That should have now created a... That creates a... Haha, it creates a remove me. Okay, so... Oh no, don't have access to that unique ID. I need to get at the players. I'm nearly there. Oh gosh, from connection. I've got the oh shit. Oh no, that's all right because this is a server thing. So server thread. Also, hey Matt.
Hello.
I wasn't ignoring you. I was just deep in thinking.
Yes. That's fine. I had some fun the other day with I was trouble with incrementing a variable in a bit of programming I was doing. And there was nothing wrong with the variable. It's just I was putting out a message before I did the increment.
Oh, yeah, that's the worst thing when all the code works and it's just the printf, there is an error. You're like, oh no, there's an error. It's been ages going, and then you go, there's no, oh, there's an error in the printf. Yeah, I have been there.
Yes, I gathered that much. I was thinking this must be one of those sort of newbie things that programmers get out of the way fairly early on, but
Nah.
I don't do a lot of coding, so.
Now, well, sometimes you assume the comments are correct. You assume the printfs are correct, which is not necessarily a good idea.
Yes, don't assume. Well, I end up with Automate. You can write out to a console window so you can see what's going along, and you can also I usually have at least one or two. They're called labels in Automate, and you can split things out into those as well. So I end up working out that I've missed what I've done or not.
Ah, right, I do have it. Update it.
If the real M18 is in the chat, where's the fake one?
It looks like Real Madrid, which I see. I don't know what is Real Madrid, and it's a football team, but like, why is it Real Madrid? What does that mean? Like, does that mean Real Madrid, or does that mean something else? Like, is it actually the Spanish word for real or not? I'm assuming not.
Something in Spanish.
But does it mean real, or is it like Trafford Park? Is Trafford Park a real park? Who knows? Okay, I think that should now work. Interestingly, I probably could have worked it out from the Fleet's AI RPG ship pointer. Yeah, are you the real M18? Is there a fake M18?
Realis means royal.
Ah.
It was bestowed on the club by King Alfonso XIII in 1920, together with the royal crown in the emblem.
I don't know what's funnier, the fact that they had a King Alfonso, or the fact that they liked Alfonso as a king name so much, they had 12 more. I'm bringing the server back up now.
Is there an update to be had?
Not for you, assuming you were up to date. Incidentally, actually, when we were talking about Steam Deck, so far the Steam Deck has been absolutely amazing. Like,
Oh, you have one?
oh my god, it is just a fantastic bit of kit. Absolutely, wow. Really, really, really. I can't get over how powerful it is. Oh, Shaka, you're there. You're on a transporter. I think I fixed it. Yes.
Saying 10 times iron ingot, apparently.
He might be.
That's what it says, according to Steam.
Oh, so that is it. But yeah, for such a small device, I mean, I was running like No Man's Sky and it going, holy shit, this runs all right. AstroTrucks runs all right. AstroTrucks runs at like 60 frames a second. I'm thoroughly blown away with it as a piece of hardware. Bear in mind, it's only running at 1280 by 800, which definitely helps. So that's a quarter of 1080p. So 1020p is a quarter of 1080p's pixels. So yeah, that makes a huge difference to it. But as a machine that has a 4-hour battery life, depending on what you're playing, and the screen is amazing. I can use the screen in direct sunlight and I can actually see it. It's a lovely screen. I'm really, really, really taken with it. So obviously I'm away for a week now, so I'll give it a good bash. It's even better though, and the battery life is even better if you can remotely stream the game from Steam on your PC.
Then it's not doing the local rendering, it's doing remote rendering.
It's doing bugger all then, but also you do need an internet connection. Right, let me work out why your ship isn't changing mass. Also, let me commit my change. Fix remaining.
Permission to join?
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, in the last few days, I've implemented the concept of ships. So when you hit a button, you can cheat and just jump into a ship. You can also actually say, what are all the ships that the colony owns? I'm getting in that one. So that is the beginning of ships exist as a thing rather than just cheap stuff.
I'm hitting F1 keys to try and clear the screen of the debug. Is it F7 to clear it?
F11.
F11. And then F7 for the performance.
Yeah. Right, I'm just going to grab a drink while Shaka flies terrifyingly through the universe, and then I'll be back in a second. Oh, big yawn, pussy face.
Wow. I've used 9% of my fuel and I've only got out of the taxi dock. I think I need more fuel.
Which has a game development category, at least now. At some point, that they didn't. All the new fancy stuff being expanded to users, they were not created or designed to.
I have some Toblerone that's on the kitchen table downstairs, and the chocolate is, it's not melted, but it's warm. It's so warm, and apart from the rooms with aircon, it's so warm in this house, it's horrible. Right.
I think that's the problem with the modern build. Is they're so well insulated, the heat gets in and then the heat refuses to leave.
Well, bear in mind, insulation does work two ways. So because it's insulated, it means heat can't get in. The problem is when you get sustained warm days,
Yeah.
you get
The
2 or
heat
3 in a
comes
row,
out,
yeah. Then the outside wall's warm, the insulation's warm, then the inside wall's warm, and then the air is warm. So when you get like 2 or 3 days of sustained warmth, then the house really struggles to get the hot air out. You know, the option is open a door downstairs and open the attic and cross fingers.
The Roaring Docks are looking really nice now.
It's yeah. Well, when the bloody decals work, they do anyway.
Oh wow, and the lights like are red in there. That's cool.
Yes.
The decals seem to flicker a bit when you get around it. Yeah.
And,
Oh wow, it's red until it's wow. That's good.
yeah, so you got the lights to say red, which means warning it's moving.
Right.
The decals,
Yeah.
that's
Cool.
that's not my fault. I'm having to wait for Unity to fix it. They know they've submitted a fix, they've just not done it yet. The decals just appear and disappear and all sorts. So Shauka, when you change ship, I query the mass of it, multiplied by its... Oh, no, I assume it's... Yeah, right. I think that works. And then if your inventory is dirty, I recalculate the mass of it there. And I only clear that down if I have reset your inventory.
Oh, that's cool. Sorry, just saw the atmosphere getting pushed out through the Roaring Dock sort of door.
You're not allowed to question why they bothered to refill the atmosphere for the 10 seconds you were in. Just to let you know that it's working.
Yep.
But yeah, it's getting to the point where we would be able to wipe our base and pretend that we're actually trying to run the colony. So when you, not quite yet, but very soon, workers aren't just something you drop off for money. That money is a reward from the colony as a thank you for doing something constructive towards helping it. But when you drop off a worker at the Voron mining ring, that means that that can then do 1 minute of work for each passenger you've dropped off. So all of the docks won't work unless they have workers.
I have a question.
Yes.
Wouldn't you use a bus?
There is a bus in the game. Have you not have you not seen it?
No.
Oh, it's turned off.
I was just thinking, you'd go around collecting lots of workers and then drop them off rather than one at a time by a taxi. That's all.
Yes, but you being a filthy scum.
Maybe you're collecting the late ones or the newbies or something. I don't know.
No, you being newbie filthy scum, you only get to drive a 2-person taxi. You don't get to drive a 30-person bus.
Oh, I see, because you can't be trusted and you've got no sort of rep.
Well, I haven't implemented it yet. Okay, so where are you?
Near the Voron ring, just trying to work out where the hell it is I collect people from. I've forgotten.
Oh, well, instead of that, can you head towards the space station for me? Yeah,
Okay.
the main space station, which I need to make stick up further. Let me know when you are. Ideally between the... Oh, Unity, you piece of shit. You're all going to get kicked out.
Yep.
So Unity is paused for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 seconds. Don't know why. I have no idea what Unity is doing. It's something to do with the hierarchy, and it just only does it once per run. I think it's rebuilding a cache, and you get kicked out. It takes so long. So yeah, you can come back in. I've done. It only happens once per run. So done.
Good.
Starting to lose hope that I'm gonna dog today.
You will. I believe in you.
So I can see, Shout, what's happened to... Oh, Bob ate a fish, what? Bob ate a fish ate Bob.
Oh, that's...
Shrew has now spawned 300 fish, giving and...
Oh, don't... If you've got to close the game. Don't quit out to the menu and come back in. That works under certain circumstances. Oh, so we only set the inventory dirty when you move into a different ship, when the server sets an item, and the stack is reduced, or the stack is that'd be why. Yeah, where does the client update?
Oh wow, this is alarming.
What have you done?
I'm in dock.
Oh.
My main breaker is off.
Then
and
everything will be broken. Like if your main breaker's off, systems may work, may not work.
Well, the other thing is bottom left. It says fuel reserves 68.8%, and it just plummeted by like it's just stopped plummeting, but it plummeted from I don't know 75% to 68%.
So
for
when
no reason.
Yeah, so it was a reason because your capacitor was empty. So the way it worked is I slowly transfer fuel. I imagine I slowly burn fuel and charge a battery, essentially.
Yeah.
So
I see. Yeah.
When you start the game, your capacitor's
very... charge it up.
Yeah. So.
Note, I'm into trains now.
Okay, loud sounds.
Unrelated.
We're getting thrown around the place apparently.
Did you ram something?
Ow. Ow. I'm gonna flip some breakers. That's a very loud sound for banging into the walls, but I guess it gets the point across.
I think the whole game... I think there's something has changed. I think the whole game's got really loud. Copper Bolt Wire. Yes, this is the next game I am releasing. It is a, let's say, realistic simulation of running a futuristic colony. It is heavily geared towards squad play. And we are testing... To be fair... It's mostly network issues we're testing. Like, the actual game appears to be working pretty much alright. Like, if you were playing by yourself, it would be fine. Let's see. I should be able to see if you've named your ship out. Unfortunately... Ow, that is loud. Dr. Realism's ship has no name for some reason. But it's nice.
That was me. I've typed /name. I can't see what I'm typing.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's weird. Oh, is that supposed to do that?
I don't know.
I'll press backspace.
Backspace, that means you've gone into... Oh! Not whilst you're entering text. Do not enter ATC mode when... entering text, yeah, press backspace. The ATC mode just lets you look around at all of the.
I don't know where I've got no prompt to tell me where I am.
Just press backspace again.
No. I'm pressing enter to type /name bar.
Are you in the ATC screen or are you back in your ship?
Back in my ship.
Okay. Yeah, in the lower left it should be, unless you're at some weird aspect ratio.
Oh, have to look.
No. It's a blue line on the lower left of your display.
What's the turn debug on?
Let me put a picture on Discord for you.
Okay. I'm pressing enter and then typing something, and I guess I typed /name +name enter.
Or of course, I've broken it, which is always a possibility. There you go. In the bottom left, I've put a picture in the AstroTrucks channel.
I have trouble to get the text prompt.
But it shouldn't matter if you just press enter /name space my ship enter. Whether or not you see the prompt, it will probably work. Yeah, Dr. Edith has changed ship name to blank. Bear in mind, I did write code that means you can't rename ships that aren't yours. So you can't rename the ship, Shalka. That's not your ship. You definitely can't.
Ah.
So you're in, what was it, the JCF 3000. That ain't your ship. That belongs to the colony. The colony can rename it, in theory, but you can't. But Max is in his own ship, so he should be able to rename that. Oh, there you go. It worked. Sorry, can you not see? Sorry, Shalka. You can only rename your own ships. So good at programming. I didn't test that. So Max, can you actually name the ship?
I'm waiting for a bit of text for that little blue thing to turn up. Press enter, nothing happens.
Just press enter /name space name enter. Don't worry about whether or not you can see it. That's a different fail.
Sorry, Shalka, you can only rename your own ships.
No, that's that was already on the screen.
Okay. Try that again. Yeah, I think it's ignoring my enter. My carriage return's getting ignored.
Oh, hold on. Error. Oh, well, yeah. Sorry, Digiarchus. You can only name your own ships. Oh, that's fine. That should be working for you. So mine correctly says I can't rename it because I am in a special ship, but I don't know why you can't.
Well, the little blue underline doesn't.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. I mean, whether or not you can see that. But I mean, it's the 3 dots above it. Are you not running an odd aspect ratio or anything? Are you?
No.
Oh.
40/40p as usual.
Check 16:9, 16:10, 4:3, 12:80. Deck, yeah, should work. It's no, and you're not in the ATC mode. You're back flying your ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bug. That is definitely a bug. But I have worked out why we are capacity the detected change. But I won't implement this change until Shalka has docked, because that'll be mean. But it should mean that your ship then changes weight. Oh, it's a client change. Damn it. Unfortunately, client changes I can only do pre-stream because it takes about 2 hours to build, and they still haven't fixed that.
Okay, now I've done something dumb.
Okay.
I renamed my ship while I was still on the first menu before I joined the server.
Oh,
Said it was successful.
no, that won't do anything.
Okay, and now I'm trying to flip my breakers and they're not flipping.
You in the game? Can you share your screen? So I'm used.
So share screen. Screens. Yes. Yep, that one. Smoother video. Better text readability. Go live. Right. That one.
So, to press just one? Oh, that's interesting. And you do have focus.
I think so. I mean, appears to have. I'll move the mouse around and.
Okay, let me just check the pin. Try pressing Y. Are you on an Xbox pad, yeah?
Yes.
Can you try pressing Y?
Yep.
I don't think you've got focus. Somehow. Or keyboard focus. Yeah, I've put in... You can now fly the whole thing on the pad.
Cool. How have I not managed to give it focus?
How have you not got that blue line? What the fuck? I don't understand. Shaka, do you have the little blue line in the bottom left telling you, where you would enter text?
Yeah.
Okay, what have you guys done with your blue lines?
F11 and F7?
No, no. Well, shouldn't be.
I've definitely got focus because F11 responds and F7 responds.
That is odd. Okay, I've written the code now, so when you receive an inventory update, your vehicle changes weight. That did work on the server, but didn't work on the client. BMAX, if you poodle over to the space station.
How do I flip breakers 3 and 4? Do I need to flip breakers 3 and 4? I can't remember what I did them.
No,
Blinded.
3 is the taxi light, and 4 isn't anything at all. 5 is sport mode. Can you flick
Right.
the handbrake off though? More importantly, with yes, you can. Cool.
I'm used to using the controls, so
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you can now play the game entirely on a controller because I played every single Project Games game on the Steam Deck today, and I'm shocked how many of my games you need a keyboard for. I'm like, oh, what was I thinking? Even Failway Train, which is a pad-based game, is like press spacebar to continue. So I'm sort of going, yeah, I should probably fix that. You should press
F5 on, I want F6 on, but they help responding.
you should press B for that.
Ah, lovely.
I did pin this,
Okay.
but I didn't memorize it yet. It should show you. It was just I put these in just because I wanted to see how it ran on the Steam Deck. And holy shit, does it run well? Like, it runs better on the Steam Deck than it does for the Zebra in VR. Like, go figure that.
It's weird. Well, feels quite demanding, but yeah.
Why not press U? No, for some reason, the keyboard keys, I bet you it thinks you're typing.
Maybe. So press enter.
Press enter. Now can you toggle them?
Yep. Yep.
How weird. Well, not weird. Why don't you have the display? I don't understand. So now if you press enter, name, enter. Dr. Realism has changed their name to Max. There we go.
Oops.
Yeah, go.
No, I did that a minute ago. Oops. I crashed out to the...
Oh, did you?
I left the game?
Did you press escape, didn't you?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. You have to close it. Don't try and rejoin.
Okay.
But you did rename your ship to Max, so that's good.
Yeah, but not using that. Not using
Well,
that. It wasn't that attempt that successfully renamed it.
you previously
My
did.
end.
But at least we've worked out why you couldn't flip the
Yeah.
breakers. That's good.
Yeah.
I docked. Yeah.
At
So here I start off with it in the corner.
what in the main menu?
Dot, dot, dot. Yeah, dot, dot,
it's
dot.
the
If I go slash name,
overlay menu
I
camera.
go slash name fart.
I bet it's the overlay camera. But no, why have I got it then?
F2 to join.
It's the WSO camera, I think, contains that.
And then it's gone.
Yeah, it's the World Space Overlay camera. I know why. Okay, I understand why it's happening. But you can see the big debug text in the top right, yeah?
Yeah.
That's the same camera. Oh, it's just disappeared from me.
I just pressed F11.
No, I've just lost it. Oh, there it is. I found it again. Bruh? What are you doing? There is an unlimited gold key, but I'm not sharing it with people. But yes, I have done the weight changing thing. So I did a whole bunch of work tidying up the code, and obviously that doesn't mean that I haven't necessarily broken a bunch of other stuff.
Is this transporter going to be this small?
How do you mean? It's pretty big.
Figure it would that part of the challenge would be that it would be like bust sized, or
Wait.
like.
Have you seen
I
it?
guess it's literally bust sized, but
Have you seen it
just
on?
check.
Have you seen it on the stream yet? Because it's huge.
Yeah.
The current collision isn't huge, but it is pretty damned big. Hang on 2 seconds. Let me. We got the stream up. Let me just. Man, that's your shit. There you go. There is a person for scale on top of your ship now. Well, if you're on the stream, you have to wait a few seconds. So it is big, but it doesn't have big collision yet. And I swear I'm going to have to rework a whole bunch of the areas once you're done. Handbrake off, Max.
And taxi is like a little more height than a person, right?
Yeah, taxi's probably 3 or 4 meters tall. Your current ship is 20 or 25 meters tall. If Max and you park next to each other, you will see a huge difference in the ship size. But you don't currently have the larger collision. The Collector has a larger collision than the taxi, but the taxi has the current one. Copperbot, why I have this horrible feeling you're talking about memes that I don't get. Where are we heading to? Shalka, can you?
I got the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know where the cargo ship Reliance is? It's one of the big cargo ships out there.
I don't remember which one is Reliant.
But if you look at them, and that's where Max is hopefully heading to as well. Yeah, I'll try and get you two together, and we'll have a look at one of the vehicles. And then, sadly, we'll probably call the stream because the next thing I need to do is waste 2 hours making a build, which just makes me angry that they still haven't fixed that. It's been months since they've addressed some of this stuff, and it's I can't ship the game, for instance, until the decals are fixed. I just can't. There's nothing I can do.
The flight physics still so that braking is faster than accelerating.
The braking is fast and accelerating because humans are feeble-minded when it comes to working out stopping distances. Brakes are 50% more efficient than accelerating. Copperwatt, why being silly is absolutely fine. I've lost Shalka now. Lost you all. Although I should.
Where's supposed to be going?
Head to the big space station. The one to the right,
big
the right of the Voron ring. Where are you?
It's space. How does to write off mean?
Well, there is an up because we're using Star Trek rules.
Yeah.
In your case, just
I'm pointing at mining processor Delta at the moment.
Yeah, or the other side of that.
Oh, okay.
I have not added the Konami code in. Did they not copyright the Konami code? I seem to vaguely recall they did.
What's the Konami code?
Like, does it have enough novelty to be copyrightable?
Up, down, left, right, A, B, start, I think. Up, down, left, right, B, A. That's it. But this is it was a code that Konami put in lots of their games.
Not to give like some sort of special unlock.
It just was a generic cheat they used in all of their Konami games for quite a while.
Ooh, that's pretty. What's that?
Which is it? The grinder.
I'm looking at it.
Oh, that's where you put rocks into.
Oh, cool.
And that works. So we can try that in a second. So it's good to. What I might do, actually, let's do this first, and then you two are going to put an asteroid in there, and I'm not going to say anything. You two are going to. That seems like a good plan, because obviously I have infinite God vision flying around everywhere, and that's not how the game is going to ship. So, Shaka, where are you?
Flying at Reliance. I'm quite high.
Bear in mind, if you've got full energy,
Asteroid thing.
if you've got full
Right there.
energy max, feel free to tap 5 and burn a whole bunch of it into the sports mode.
I can't actually see. The sun's reflecting on it, so I think I've got about a third.
Oh no, your energy rather than your fuel. But yeah, I mean, obviously, don't worry about running out of fuel, because it does just give you more fuel if you run out at the moment. And no one says I've balanced those things. Oh, I see Shauka now. I think Shauka might.
That's the Karnak refinery. Ship discovery. Oh, there's one, aren't there? Got it. 1.3 kilometers out.
No, I'm going to have to search, because I've lost it. I've visually lost where I was trying to send you guys.
Cargo ship Reliant.
Okay, cool. So to the cargo ship is facing away from the space station. So you want to go to the cargo ship's left. So to the left of that one is the cargo ship Reliant. Oh no, I've got 2 cargo ships Reliant. No, cargo ship Reliant is correct. Yes, you want to go to the back of cargo ship Reliant. And I see Shauka there, flying like an absolute... someone who's desperate to be sent on a speed awareness course by the looks of it. Ah yes, Taxi Fart Space. What a great name. But yeah, every time I play this game in VR, though, it's seriously, I just keep saying wow a lot. It looks so good. You get a real sense of scale on everything. And because it's quite a calm game, you do end up just flying forwards. You also end up doing much less aggressive maneuvers. And I've lost Shauka. Oh, so Shauka, that's... bear in mind, that's... You seem to be beside the cargo ship wrong. You're by Discovery. You want to be by Reliant. But you are traveling...
Bring to go under.
You're okay.
Discovery.
So, Max, if you just stop there and
blind.
sidestep left, like... Oh, hold on. Sidestep right, like 100 meters. And then Shauka should be joining you. So hopefully you guys got the stream up so I can show you your relative size. Yeah, if you come to a halt, Max, and turn right 45 degrees, you're now facing at Shauka, but he is below you. Are you empty, Shauka? Maybe, by the way, I actually ban non-gyro, non-aero flight just because it looks utterly ridiculous. Because you're just flying sideways through the universe.
You just called it this like a simulator.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, but it just looks ridiculous. But yeah, you want to head up, like galaxy up, about 500 meters or so. Can you see him, Max?
Yep.
He's the one just sort of. Wait, do you see him as a purple ship or as a taxi?
That's a yellow ship. Oh,
What happened there?
thanks, Shelka. Shelka found me.
Wait, what? Uh-oh.
Is that not Shelka?
No, nothing hit you as far as I can see.
Oh, I got hit by a rock collector. I thought Shelka was driving the rock collector.
That's a little concerning because I didn't see any near you. So, Shaka, can you see?
You got my screen up still, right? It's right in front of me.
I have
Just going backwards.
So that's a sync fail. There's nothing anywhere near on the screen. So Shaka, could you please come up to the galaxy plane because you're still miles and miles away.
I'm still heavy, so it's gonna.
Oh,
take
you
some-
are still heavy. Okay, well, Max, you just fly upwards, and I don't know, a kilometer or so, and rotate 90 degrees to your right, and in a moment you should see some spaceships. Keep rotating, keep rotating. I'll let you know when you're angling in the right direction.
The purple thing over there.
Yeah, the purple thing will be Shauka. Oh, that's a different purple thing, yeah. Yeah, I also haven't started it on the code to like let you recolor your ship. So rotate another 20 degrees to your right. Oh yeah, you can see that. See that red ship there? Fly over to that one. So underneath the red ship is the bus, and then you've got a couple of different transport ships. Unfortunately, they don't look very good, so I've not used them yet, but the bus looks pretty good. How early? How would you like me to answer how early it is in dev? What metric?
We are only 6 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm happy to answer the question. I just don't know how to answer it. It's very hard. I mean, how complete is it? I don't know. The hardest 5% has been completed, I guess, is one way of describing it. How long have I been working on this? 10 weeks, I would guess. Maybe a bit less, bit more, something like that. Right, is that you, Max? Bart. Cool. So can you see the...
Yep.
Yeah. Oh dear. Oh no. So yeah, I don't know if you've got the stream up, but the bus is the wrong size. That's the correct size of the bus. So on your screen, the bus is 4 times too small. Let me make a note on the Trello.
So if you try to put a human on the bus,
Oh, that is a good point, Mr. Schauker. Let me check. Oh. He's quite big. Is he too?
I'm intersecting him as well.
Oh, that's terrifying. Yeah. So Mac, I'm inside the bus right now, and you are enormous. So maybe I've actually got the taxis the wrong size. Yeah, that Airbus is about the right size. There. Yeah, I think the taxis are. Let me just scale it down for half. Yeah, I've just scaled the tax. That looks better. Yeah, thank you, Shakra. I would have. So this is why I started to put these AstroTrucks around. Just so I can remember. Yeah, so that looks. I tell you what, I wish I was in VR. That looks amazing. Even in 2D, sitting inside this bus, looking out at that massive space station with you hovering right there, looks absolutely fantastic. Scale player plus fleet taxis to 0.5x and double check against astronauts. Copper and Wyatt, thank you. I appreciate that. I wish I had the sales to match.
There's a thought for you.
What? Sell more copies of games?
No, in the game you have the option of hiding inside a hologram to hide from the police.
Yeah.
And the hologram is a big thing that encompasses the shape of the taxi.
Yeah,
if you get it right, so it's not sticking out.
Once we've got sort of the base game round, what I'm planning on doing is having entire evenings where we just play it. And then say, wouldn't it, so you know when we normally play games, we say, wouldn't it be cool if only we can't? Now we can. So, yeah. So what?
Just lots of ideas to sort of spit out onto the Trello, and some will, the cream will rise to the top.
Dead bodies also rise to the surface, so that's not necessarily ideal.
Bloated poor bastards.
I'm just trying to think. Unfortunately, what I wanted to do was to try out the collectors, but I can't because I don't think you two can actually see each other in a collector. Because I fixed that bug and I can't. As I said, making a build takes hours these days, which is thoroughly annoying. And I'm still very angry about that.
I'm trying to get a visual on where I would need to be.
I really need to ignore the flight controls when you're in the ATC, but incidentally, so loud. Let me turn that down, volume mixer. There we go. The hologram ATC mode looks so good in VR. I'm hoping now if I can find which one's you. Okay. The Max in a vehicle called Max_taxi. Not a great name, but you know, it will do. And I can see Schalke, but Schalke doesn't have a decal. Doesn't quite work. But yeah, this in VR is just so cool. Holograms look amazing in VR.
Does my hull integrity automatically sort of slowly repair itself?
No, it's the other way around.
It doesn't repair itself.
So the let me bring up your so your hull integrity is it about let me pop this window out a second. I can remember where the button is for that. Right, okay, there we go, pop out. So your hull integrity is currently at about 40-50%, something like that, yeah? But you've also reduced its maximum health to about 95%. So if you went to repair it, you can no longer repair your hull integrity. That Schalke. You can no longer repair your hull integrity all the way. You can only repair it part of the way.
Oh, so that red coming in from the other side is like a permanent damage.
Yeah, so you now need maintenance, not servicing. So it's the difference between changing your oil and
new parts.
Yeah, new. Oh no, so it's the difference between changing your spark plugs and changing a head gasket.
Head gasket. Scary. Mineral transporter low.
I've never heard of them.
That's big, man.
There's some size to this storage thing.
Yeah, I mean, Copperbot. Well, I wish that I had a game that was the Long Drive. I'm pretty sure that's the one that I think I've seen Josh play that. But yeah, I am very productive, and I wish that resulted in sales, or even wish lists, but it doesn't. Okay, so Max, could you press backspace?
Okay.
And then look left. Hopefully you can see a massive computer screen to your left. Spaceship's available.
That one.
Hold on.
Bang.
Bang. Oh, can you actually read that or not?
Just about, yes. What do you want to read?
Can you scroll down to ship number 21, I think, the XR Manipulator 3.
How do I scroll the text?
Up and down with the cursors. So
Oh.
I think ship 21.
Uh,
It might not be 21, it might be a different one, but it should be the XR Manipulator 3. Yeah, but it might be on a different page. I don't know what page you're on.
the text isn't in. The highlight isn't in sync with itself.
Yeah, just go down, maybe onto the next
Yeah.
page.
Is that one 2121 or something?
Does it say XR Manipulator 3?
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay, so if you press enter, then
It says
okay.
pending ship switch to collector with new UID of 1,000,002.
If you press backspace now,
Yeah.
there's a chance you are. Look at that. Okay, so Shauko, if you switch back to a taxi.
We are the seats or the.
No. Pick a taxi from the thing. Good point. Haha.
Hard to enter again.
I have moved very close to the thing. The viewpoint is kind of weird. Failed?
Did it fail? Hold on, server was. Oh, hold on, we have. Oh, I think we had a crash. Okay, I have to restart. We had some sort of crash, and I wasn't paying attention, and the server just went. But okay, so if you join back in. So what I want to just try and do, as the last thing, is you two to join back in and try and put an asteroid into the grinder, but you helping each other rather than me helping you. Okay, so should be back up now. Oh, there's the lockup. 3, 4, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12. That Shabbos has been kicked off, hasn't he? Oh, no, it seems to be still there. Maybe.
I killed myself.
How many times can I enter? Press enter on a bit of text.
Bit of tech, what do you mean?
So I put /name
Yeah,
Max
you're not-
Rocknab /enter /enter.
That's I'm surprised at doing it, but you can see it's right to get it because you're not connected to a server, so you're just typing gibberish. But you might be able to type there like /low detail or something.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Now here we go. Hold on. NRE is.
Oh, okay.
Oh. You're both in or not? Okay.
I'm not sure.
Failed to go in.
Okay. I'm going to rerun it because I think I'm very confused.
Maybe I killed myself so fast that I was.
No, it's something. It's something to do with that big freeze, and it's really annoying. And it happens once per run. It's upwards of 8 seconds. It seems to be when I first open up something, or when I first.
What if I kill my client and
There we go. There we go. It's just done it.
run it again
Nothing to
while
be.
the freeze is going?
At this point, my machine is locked dead for about 8 seconds. There we go. And was I profiling it? No. Right. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it is now safe to join. It is only a debug thing. Okay, so we have Max in a mineral collector, and you are inside each other because you're both in ships without proper spawn locations. Aha. I mean, Copperbot, why please do tell your friends how productive I am and how they should all become patrons and wishlist my game. So, Schalke, do you see Max in a collector?
Yes.
Really awesome. Okay, could you guide him to the asteroid and help him get it in? So the asteroid is more or less in front of him.
Near the emergency spawn.
It's almost literally straight in front of him.
So, which asteroid do you think
I think
is
turn
Shaka?
around. I think I have a result.
So it's asteroid 01 variant 1.
Full asteroid.
Asteroid variant 01 variant 1.7 kilometers out.
Look at the entryway. The spawn. Look at me.
Looking for you.
No, this is more sensible spaceships. I'm aiming for a fairly realistic spaceship game, not like I can't think of any actual realistic space games. I genuinely can't. I can't even think of one off the top of my head. Maybe that VTOL game. Max do a 180. Shaka, should be worth looking at. But look at me is a terrible way of describing when someone doesn't know where you are.
That sort of way?
And in Max's case, well, that was 90.
Okay, I don't see yes. Oh, okay, there's some asteroids over there.
Oh, that's a good point. We'll do the other thing in a moment too. I forgot about that. I need to remember the command.
So this is the ball. Can you see the ball?
I can't see where you are.
Look up. Now.
Up.
Look down.
Oh, sorry, looking down.
Now. Look up. And just looking at me. Do you see me?
I don't see you. I see lots of several asteroids.
What?
Do you see mineable asteroids?
No. I may get closer.
That's interesting. Schalke, Max doesn't seem to be able to see Schalke for some reason. But that doesn't matter, because Schalke can see Max. I hope. I wonder why you can't see Schalke.
To touch the asteroid.
Schalke, can you just...
3, 2...
Oh, mineable asteroid, that one. Okay, got it. So I'm pointing at an asteroid called mineable asteroid.
Schalke, can you just press 1 on the numeric keypad a sec? Oh, there. Oh, that's not. Yeah, there you go.
There he is.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah. So I have fixed that bug, but that's okay. We can now. Schalke can now see. Max can now see Schalke. I'm hoping Schalke can see Max.
Schalke looks like it's in a taxi.
Yes, he is in a
This
taxi.
is our ball. Where are we kicking this?
To the grinder.
That's quite a far away.
It is. But you're going to help guide Max so he doesn't completely balls it up. Gary.
Is it in mining processor Delta?
It is mining processor Delta, yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay, it started moving. Do I need to get closer to it? Down.
Yeah, we're going. Turn around. There's a yellow station.
Can I lock onto it or sort of grab hold of it or anything?
You are grabbing a hold of it. If you stop moving, if you stop trying to fight it, just stop. Just
Right.
stop dead. Put the park and brake on. Just stop. Just don't touch nothing. See? It's fine. It's trying to hold it a little bit below the camera because otherwise you can't see where you're going. I might do it so it's above you. But I haven't done much play.
Like a JCB with the bucket up or bucket down, basically.
Yeah, because the problem is if I put it
Go in the direction.
if I put it where I want to put it, you can't see. But yeah, Shaka would like you to follow him, I think. And Shaka is going to fly slowly and carefully. Definitely some thinking issues. But, oh wow, you're really chucking it around.
at 3 meters per second.
Yeah, but your angular velocity is quite high.
Okay.
But it's working. Bear in mind, I've mostly done this in debug, going, right, there we go, done. So this is, to a great degree, how does it work? How does it play? Is it any good? Does it need to be made twice as fast? Half as fast?
I would be happier if it was possible, I don't know, that the asteroid was sort of locked to my...
No, because then...
Like you're biting it or gripping it or something.
But then there'd be zero challenge. You just go up, click, and then you just fly like it's glued. That's kind of the point, is it's not. But as long as you're reasonably gentle with sudden manoeuvres, you should be able to do it around quite well. There's not supposed to be something you just pick up immediately. There is supposed to be a learning curve to this. But I think you're doing all right.
I think I'm going to crash into a mineable asteroid in 1.5 seconds.
Well, it doesn't take into account the speed of things. But Shaka needs to be your spotter at this point because you can't see anything. But
yeah, I can't see anything. Yes,
he has.
Shaka needs to be much higher. No. I'm hoping I'm flying in the right sort of direction.
You are on the right trajectory, so.
Oh, okay, fine. I'm going slowly. I could go faster.
Bear in mind, if you're going faster, that's fine. But when you come to a halt, you also have to stop the asteroid.
The asteroid's going to go flying off somewhere.
Well, it's a bit. If you stop quickly, it will. If you stop gently, it won't.
Right. So I've got some sort of tractor beamy thing that's trying to hold that thing in place, which is got a finite tolerance to.
Yeah, I think of it as a little singularity on the front of your ship that you can turn off and on.
Right.
Shaka, you need to go quite a long way to the right, by the way. A long way to the right.
There's quite a lot of empty space in front. I'm gonna scout the goal location.
Yeah, but I mean, Max is nearly in line with the goal location, and will have to double back on himself. That looks so cool seeing you guys fly around, though. It really does. I'm hoping Max flies onto the bottom of the shot in a few seconds for the... Yes! Look at me and my guest camera work. Though I can't use that because you're jiggling around for some reason.
Oh, I've lost it.
Now I've not seen this happen before. So now the question is, can you grab it again? So it has the tiniest amount of friction. I mean, the tiniest... No, it doesn't. It has none at all. Actually, I lied. Sorry. But also bear in mind, it's on the server. So everything you're seeing is a server simulation of these objects. I'm pleased that they're working. Oh, good catch.
Can I get
going down?
bit more direction, please?
Down.
Okay, so I can't. The thruster. I was too keen with the thrusters last time, so I'm going to be much more gingerly with them now.
Or you can obviously align, get up to full speed, let the asteroid coast, and then grab the asteroid again. I mean, that is a valid tactic. But what I want is the SnowRunner. The reason I don't want to do grabbing is I want the SnowRunner. Oh shit! Yeah, I just ejected that really valuable platinum asteroid. I don't think I can save it. Does anyone have a faster ship? Can someone come? It's going to leave the playing area soon.
Now let's go right about 818.
I don't remember that.
Right, what? 818?
Right, 818.
Starboard side, 45 degrees.
I'm actually very pleased that the networking is working this well. I haven't used the library for this game. This game is all hand-rolled network code.
Now front and down. Direction is good.
I think having the rock above you would be a good idea because then you can click the right stick to look up. I think I will try that for the next test.
Well, those sort of yellow bits that are intruding on my display, the front.
We have to go under the yellow bits.
No, so the yellow bits that are intruding are a copy of the collector's ship that I'm using for shadows and physics.
Right. So am I to go forwards or down some more?
You're good on going down, so you can now be level and then
Okay.
go front.
I like the idea of actually them being by being blinded by the thing, because it's sort of, how else would you move it? If it was above you, you'd end up shearing the arms off or something.
Yeah, I'll probably
The force
try
has been
it
applied.
above because
Sidestep, yeah, or slow down. Slow down, we have an obstacle, we have AI ship in front.
Choo-choo. I like trains.
Let's go above, so a bit higher.
yeah, after a response from Zebra, the physics that hold it on the singularity are really quite strong. They are. There's 5 directions that are strong and 1 that's weak. So if you brake hard, you will lose the asteroid, but all the other directions are really quite tough.
We're about halfway over the obstacle. More. And we start to go. Okay, so let's level up and then go forward.
Are you going to get a twofer? Because there's another one here you can push in. So in theory, Max could line up and then do 2.
Unlike snooker.
Kind of like snooker.
And yep. Now for the final orientations.
So bear in mind, Max, if you were in VR right now, you could just glance to your left and down and see exactly where you were going. But it's very hard to do that. Well, I guess you could with the mouse. Oh yeah, you need to sit up and you'll see it a little bit.
Somewhat down and can like slow down.
What's this AstroTrucks is awful.
I think I still got it.
Yep.
Let's go down. About twice that we went over the obstacle ship. And we are about there. We are pointing at the target, but I think we want to go right or start going very gently in. So we are level, so up and down is good. Then start approach gently.
I hope this chunk of cheddar is going to give me a decent amount of money.
No, you don't get any money for this. Not directly, because obviously you haven't actually. Oh, do you? No, yeah, you haven't achieved anything as such. All you've done is made some iron ore by doing this.
We score!
Yeah, there it goes. Take my ship in as well.
Don't take your ship.
Pause. Mangle. Oh. That's not very nice.
Okay, so there's one more thing I want to try. Could you please both go into tugboats, which is numpad 6?
Parking brake. Numpad 6, okay.
Okay, and can you both fly back to the hangar? Tugboats look so cool. Well, they do look cool. I actually built the tugboats out of bits, and I'm not that happy with them. So, what I'm going to do in a minute is I'm going to trigger a random event. It's not random because A, I'm triggering it, and B, there is only one. So, just the other side of the hangar is a hydrazine fuel deposit that you will need to protect. Any questions?
Tugboat's got a tug?
Your tugboat. So yeah, do you remember the prestige hangars just outside the just the other side of the main hangar? The fancy ones.
Prestige ones.
The fancy hangars for posh people.
No.
I don't know whose tugboat this is.
Oh, can I rename it? I probably can't. Can I?
Near the hangars.
I think one of you. I don't know who I'm seeing. Yeah, so Max, you fly up a bit. Ah, right, there we go. Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
hold on.
Okay, you just fly up, Max. That's good. Right.
Did that work? I tried to type something.
No, tugboats can't be renamed because they don't have any decals. Only
Oh,
taxis do. I've only implemented the decal. So yeah, if you just come over to the there's a yellow Prestige asteroid to your right, Max, and above you. You're pretty much looking at it now. It's the one with the doors that we practiced on before.
This one here.
Okay,
Okay, Collision 3. Rock Collision 3.
Yeah, it's got a great name. Somewhere I have this huge task list of rename dozens of objects. At some point I will get a little database so people can just say this object has the wrong name. Oh, someone just smacked into a... So Shauk, if you go right and down and forwards. Hopefully see Max. I'm hoping this works, by the way. This is going to be... If you just sit on top of the Prestige asteroid. I need to come up with the name. The Prestige garage. Yeah, so go on top of the asteroid. And again, if you've not seen this in VR, oh my god, does it look cool, these giant things. And then you should be able to see the hydrazine depot out there. Lots and lots and lots of flashy lights. Lots of canisters.
Oh yeah, I can see the flashy canisters, yeah.
Okay, now hopefully that's now working. So if you stop moving, then just bring everything to a halt, just stop. And wait, what, can you see anything moving out there?
Yeah. It's moving.
Go stop it. Bear in mind, I don't know if you've seen the videos, if you don't stop it, it's extremely impressive. So you are in tugboats, you can push stuff, and your goal is now to stop that hitting that. And I've done this in VR, and it's, oh my god. So those hydrazine things that you're flying towards are really big, and you don't realize how big they are until you do it in VR, and then you're like, oh my goodness me, I am a tiny insignificant nothing.
I can't push these to save.
No, I hadn't thought of that. But you both have your tractor beams on, repulsor beams. I've also toned down the speed the asteroid spins. That is so cool seeing you guys zip out there to try and stop it. Okay, one of you has stopped. One of you smashed into the asteroids. I mean, I don't want to really full of sadness, but I think you're about to fail horribly, but spectacularly. Also, bear in mind, I don't know if this works. I haven't tried it. It's really hard to do these things. Saying, oh no.
I can't tell if I'm pushing it or not.
Your pad should vibrate if you're pushing stuff. Can you see all the explosions?
Oh, is the red sort of shield supposed to be telling you where to hit it?
No, the red, that shows you where the server thinks it is.
Oh, right, so it's just slightly further hidden.
Yeah, but it's
I seem to click through it a bit.
Yeah, it's not a significant amount. That just shows you. But did anyone's pad vibrate? Well, Max, did your pad vibrate when you touched it?
I don't know. I was quite absorbed by.
Oh,
yeah.
I
see. And the cutscenes is going everywhere.
You should have just absolutely tons of.
No, I'm not vibrating.
No.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Well, the asteroid. I'll say the asteroid has stopped. It's not. Oh, right. Okay. Let me just check. The asteroid has collision. Yeah, it does. Just checking. So the asteroid. Let me stop the asteroid because I can do that. Right. So the asteroid is now stopped. Absolutely dead. Can you try pushing it now? Like, is it possible to? Oh, I wonder if it's on the. Oh, no, it should be. Event asteroid. I have a. Right, now try pushing it. Either of you. It may also be the asteroid.
Can't push it now.
Is it-
Kablam!
Being on
And it sort of-
contact, but doesn't seem to push.
It goes kablam like I've hit it by like a wall or something. Kablam like I've hit it again.
Yeah. One of you's in a good position, but you're bouncing off it like, oh gosh, quite a distance actually from it. So, I guess the person at the wonky ankle is Shauka. Right, can you bonk
Doing
it?
a barrel roll.
Yeah, okay, that's Shauka. Okay. Your push force field. Yeah, so there was a collision issue, but I'm not sure why you're failing to push it now. Other than it simply weighs too much. It is moving. Yeah, Max is definitely definitely moving it, Max. Is your pad vibrating though?
No.
That's surprising. Yeah, so Max has definitely shoved it away. Let me stop the asteroid dead again. Right, so now the asteroid has absolutely 100% stopped relative to the universe. So now give it a bonk. Bear in mind, it's not you pushing it; it is your force beams. You hitting it does absolutely nothing of any amount whatsoever. And it's now moving at 2 meters per second. It may have just been by you slowed it down, but it might not have been possible. I haven't tuned this, but I'm trying to add things in that means the ATC will go, okay, everyone, you need to head back to the hangar now. I need all of you in tugboats with an incoming asteroid, or we have an incoming damaged spaceship. I need all of you to get in taxis and get the crew off before it explodes. Those sort of story beats where what you're doing gets completely interrupted and thrown out the window. But hopefully fun and interesting things. Yeah, you're definitely pushing it. I think that's max. It's doing 1.85 meters.
Oh, good. The noise was quite disconcerting, though.
Of
hitting the asteroid.
Oh,
bashing up metal.
Yeah, so you shouldn't do that. You should just get your force fields inside it. Have a look at the last post, by the way, in the Discord chat. That was you guys failing, but you can just see that Shauka in the lower left, just to give you a concept of the scale we're talking about. That's cool.
Oh wow!
I mean, you horribly failed.
Kabloom! Kabloom!
So each of those hydrazine
wow,
is enormous, though. It's properly
Kabloom.
big. In VR, that was one of my. It's just one of the best things I've ever done. And then the asteroid does bonk into the immovable asteroid a little bit later.
Rock that size has a lot of momentum, so even if it seems a bit slow, like if we are going for simulation, it's very different scale thing to stop that much momentum.
Yeah, but I don't.
I have a question.
I don't think your force field cares, though. Let me just check. Oh, it might do. Yeah. See, in theory, the best thing to do would be to park your spaceship up just in front of the asteroid, flying backwards. It's slightly slower than the asteroid is going, so your force field is pushing it along. But it doesn't mean to say that what we've got now is too hard. You guys might just need to practice. It doesn't also mean that what we've got to now isn't way too difficult and it needs to be tuned, because the asteroid currently weighs 10,000. That might just be too much.
How much do ships or anything light weigh?
So remember, you can push around the there's things outside the dock, and they weigh 150 and that's the 150, and these cargo containers weigh 200. So yeah, it's 50 times heavier, but all you have to do is bring it to a halt. You can show it back into deep space, but I don't know why your pads aren't vibrating. That is something I'll need to check.
Keyboards don't vibrate that much.
No, but you should be playing on an Xbox pad like a normal. Anyway,
so all the explosions, how come none of the canisters actually became shrapnel?
They just fall to
One
bits.
big thing, the fall to bits, yeah.
It just falls to bits. It just disintegrates the object into its component bits. Just so you can tell what blew up. Bear in mind, I also have to do thing. I have to then get rid of all the children and then rebuild the prefab. So right now, there's no way to do that. It's just a one shot.
Okay.
Other things I
Not the children.
Want someone think of the children. One of the other suggestions. So one of the things I'd like to do, for example, is a like a luxury cruiser arrives. It has a distress signal, and then it fires out like 100 escape pods, and they all fly in. And then all you have to do is drag the ship along to the repair base so it can repair, and then it flies off. That would look very cool, I think.
That would turn the space pods back to it. All the passengers back to it.
Maybe. Mostly, I just think it would just look cool to have a spaceship warp in and stop. And then imagine you just see all of the escape pods, like if I'm just going, two. They launch in twos from the front, going ba-junk, 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 and you'd see them all fly away from the spaceship, and then you'd have to go out there and, as a tug, gently maneuver it into the repair bay so it can be repaired, and then it would fly off. Also got possibly ships that are on fire and require repairing. I need to come up with these ideas of cool things that can happen that aren't too difficult to implement.
I have a suggestion for the tugs. That is that they don't they don't bounce off things. Because when you push something, it seems to get reflected off of it.
So where are you right now, Max?
I'm in the debris field with all the hydrogen canisters floating around.
Cool. So bear in mind you can't use those because they're not fleet. So if you head back to the hangar, where are you?
I'm just trying to push one of these hydrogen canisters around.
You can't. You won't be able to.
I can. Well, it's...
No, you can't. You can hit it without him pushing it around. Yeah, you can just hit it. Yeah. So yeah, head back to the hangar. Wow. That was quite it was that thing past there.
Hang on.
Yeah, up there.
Up there.
Up there somewhere. Oh, in fact, it might be directly above you, in fact. Where are you?
Now, is it random when the next showcase or test is going to be?
Probably not. I'm away until at least next Friday, possibly next Saturday. So, possibly next Saturday. Yes, I'm actually to go above that asteroid that you're.
Yep. Working on it.
Literally straight up.
Trying to avoid crashing into it.
Yeah, I need to do a lot more promoting, and I haven't done any testing in ages, so I'm quite pleased. I've implemented so much and broken so little.
Catch you at least then, if not earlier.
Yeah, well, I hope to be back earlier, but I will see.
Fine.
Don't have too much fun without me. Yeah, so there's lots of stuff that I might need to think about tweaking, like the range of the tractor beam. Maybe a tractor beam that's 5 times as long, but 5 times as weak works better.
Oh, so sort of like as it sort of gets an item in its control, it sort of has a greater and greater effect as it's sort of soaked in it, sort of thing.
Yeah. So when you are, so that's actually not far off. So when you are, your tractor beam is in something, the longer it's in it, the more effect it has.
Yeah.
There's also a possibility, of course, that your tractor beams don't line up to where the server thinks they are. But yeah, just fly straight up. You're nearly there. And then...
I can see through part of the floor there. I think.
Oh, yeah. Whoops. And just reverse up by a couple 100 meters.
Reverse?
Yeah, left trigger.
Reverse to take me further away? Is that what you want?
Yeah, no, you're not going into the hangar. That was just a good. What's the
okay.
word? I forgot how.
Alignment.
The tugboats are very fast, aren't they? Because they need to. Because bear in mind, they don't carry cargo. It doesn't matter. They're fast.
Yeah.
And just to your left and fly up. Okay, yeah. Stop going backwards and fly up. And look left. Actually, sidestep left is probably easier. Yeah, see that? Yeah, that you're heading towards that blue cargo container. You should. Again, I can't describe to anyone who hasn't done VR. You're in a big spaceship. That is a really big cargo container. Like it's so difficult to describe to people. Just the sheer scale that I've got going on here. There you go. There's a bloke. Oh, that's a great shot. Let me put that in the Discord. I just popped. I've got these 2 meter tall astronauts that I use for checking scale. I've just popped one on top of the cargo container. So yeah, just before you get any closer, have a look at the AstroTrucks channel, just at the relative scale of the thing. On Discord, a bit quicker.
Nothing there apart from the last video.
It's oh, there we go.
Oh, there you go. Oh, there's the person. Bloody hell.
Yeah. So sense of scale is really good on this, and I think that's an important thing to get right.
It's tiny.
So yeah, if you fly backwards and then side step left, you should be able to give that without hitting it. You should be able to give that a push. I'd also like to know whether or not your pad vibrates. Oh no! Yeah, that should. And you can see that. Yeah, you can see. I'll let you know when you're about to touch it. Actually, no. If you stop there, how far out? See, you see your 3D reticule.
The thing in front of me.
Yes, that's 32 meters long, and it's radiated at. I've forgotten. 12, 24, and 36, I think. Oh, something like that. I can't remember what it is. So, but you can use that to determine how far away you are. So you're still quite a long way from it. You're still, I don't know. And it should begin to move now. There you go. And you didn't hit it.
Well, a loud crumpling bang. Yes.
So, but you didn't actually hit. But there you go. It's now moved out of the range of your push. These objects will continually return to where they want to be, by the way. So these ones are... For the hard bit, yeah, see, now you're actually pushing it with your spaceship. But that's why you've got that distance 3D reticle in front of you, so you can gauge when it's beginning to push. But I should probably tune stuff for the second marker on the 3D reticule. That would probably make sense, wouldn't it? So your first reticule indicates you're about to start touching it.
And when you're looking at that 3D reticule, by the way, does that actually show up on... I mean, obviously I'm in 2D, so I can't tell, I guess. Does that marker show up on the container? Like it's like a laser on the container rather than just some sort of heads-up display?
Oh.
It doesn't, does it?
No, but I could do. That's a great idea. Project decal for collision detection for repulsors. Yeah, that's actually quite easy to do. But yeah, tuning things for the second one would be a good idea, wouldn't it? I think it's not far off. I don't think. But yeah, you do move at such a velocity that sometimes what happens is you just go from, I don't know how far away I am, bonk. But you should have that distance meter, but that distance meter is screwed up by the fact that you've got the visual effects happening all over it for your force field.
Yes. Into bump.
Yeah, so the force field's only 4 meters long. That's not long enough, is it? Boat repulsors are only 4 meters long! Exclamation mark. But that does give you a good idea of how close you can be. I think it's 4 meters is huge. That's an entire car length. Actually, ramming it doesn't do anything. It weighs more than you do. It's just the repulsors that are. So if you can sit them inside the box, that's how you get the maximum speed. Not actually by hitting it. Oh, you've flown under it. If you look up. Oh. That is a big Pokemon collection. You've got to have duplicates, though.
Avoidable.
All 101 of them, and I refuse to accept there are any more Pokemon. I actually locked I locked the asteroid on top of the container, so as you're pushing him along, he's just sort of stuck on it. Keep pushing it. Quite good shot. Please stop just as I stop filming. But yeah, I'm going to be taking like edits of these clips and then put them together into a first pass trailer, and then seeing which bits I hate, and then doing a second pass trailer. Oh, there you go. You've given it. And flight up. So yeah, there you go. You're just in shot now. Cool. Right, I have got a very busy week ahead of me, so I will call it there. I will do a build now with those fixes in. And overall, that was pretty good. That was pretty stable, which is good. That's always worrying. So yeah, it's remaining stable, and the networking is... I don't think we've had any networking issues. It's just purely been, who the hell are you?
Yeah.
And where is my debug text? But I will cross those bridges as I come to it. So yeah, thank you internet for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to wishlist the game. And I will see you probably in a week's time with all of the fresh ideas I've had. The design doc for this one is live, and you can put comments on. So if you've got great ideas for those events, as I said, like, you know, a damaged ship coming in with escape pods, or an asteroid, or I don't know, radiation storm that you have to, I don't know, stuff that will drive the players to work together to achieve something. So full of desire for more ideas on that. So if you've got anything, let us know down in the comments.